Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second weekend of a new play about that best of friends, the County Coroner. Thank you for coming out after all that rain. I was very happy to see everyone. I'm glad that you managed to keep your appointment on time because, as you know, the doctor hates to be kept waiting. I see some faces in the audience tonight who I recognize. Ladies and gentlemen, Hollywood is here tonight. Please say hello to Holly. Holly, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We've come a long way since those tar pits, haven't we? In her last picture, I made Holly swim through a burning lake of tar. Burning lake of tar. I forgot to call that too. All right. Well, couple of program notes that didn't get in the program. Ben Combs Optical provided the eyewear tonight. Hollywood Wigs did the wigs. I did the sets and the costumes, but you'll see. All right, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. Matt Chase and all of the fine people here at the complex, it is with great pleasure that I present to you that legendary Hollywood fable, Dr. Noguchi. It begins with a little song. Song of rock star, movie queens and comics, candidates in exile as they journey to the stars. Leave behind their troubled lives in turmoil, leave them to the doctor to detect what causes are. Only one man cut out for the challenge, sent to keep the balance, nature and unnatural law. Working late to contemplate the meaning of lost souls, perceiving how they make their fatal flaw.
How could she do it? The biggest star in Hollywood dead at the age of 36. I've gone over my autopsy reports again and again, yet I can find no clue. What could have gone so tragically wrong in the life of Marilyn Monroe for her to end it all this way? One thing is clear. She certainly was full of barbiturates.
I don't know, Doctor, but if anyone can figure it out, it undoubtedly will be you. You're the best in the business.
But I am a scientist, not a magician. The only way I could know what really happened would be for me to have been under the bed when she died. How can people expect me to explain all of this? Let them read the toxicology report and draw their own conclusions. Was it murder or was it suicide? Nobody will ever really know.
Don't give up, dear doctor. The answer will come to you somehow. You're the most gifted professional in your field. And think of all the money you'll make after this case as an expert legal witness.
Money? What about my cases? These were intelligent, vital human beings, not just some nameless cadavers in a morgue. Oh, poor Miss Monroe. If only this brain of hers could talk.
Yes, Doctor. It's getting rather late, and if you won't be needing me anymore today, I think I should be heading home.
Yes, of course. Mrs. O'Connor, you've done everything possible to help me here today. Thank you for your assistance. But I think I'll stay just a little while longer to contemplate this most perplexing matter. Perhaps some minor detail will come to my attention which I've managed to overlook.
Very well, Doctor. I'll see you in the morning. But try not to stay too late.
Oh, not to worry. I'll only be a short time here today. I'm completely exhausted. Oh, and please turn off the light in the hallway as you leave. It's beginning to hurt my eyes.
Yes, Doctor.
Dr. Noguchi, how about
What do you think about the
where did you buy your
press? There's a crowd of reporters outside.
Yes, I know. And there's nothing new to tell them. The poor woman is dead. That's all there is to say.
I'll leave by the back door.
Yes, I think that would be best to avoid those annoying paparazzi.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night. Oh. Newly departed spirit. If only one could unravel the mysteries of the human mind. Where does instinct leave off and learned behavior begin? What is the basis of one's character? And what are the events in an ordinary life that would elevate it to one of greatness? And what are the insufferable agonies that might bring down even the most talented amongst mortals? Oh, you are certainly not the first to have perished this way, nor certainly the last. But it is so sad, so very sad indeed.
Oh, Dr. Noguchi.
Why, Miss Monroe, you startled me. Don't bother to knock. Come in. Whatever are you doing up from your slab in the morgue?
I know it's late, but I'm so glad to see that I found you still in the office. You see, I'm about to enter the afterlife, and every time I knock against Destiny's door, I hear the gatekeeper ask, "Who's there?" But without a brain in my body, I just can't remember. Would you mind giving it back to me, please?
What? This oversized cerebellum? This is an object of scientific study.
Yes, but an actress without a brain is like a transvestite without a thing to wear.
I beg your pardon. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm a forensic scientist, and not some forgetful little fool. Anyway, you can't have it, it's mine. I need it for my discovery.
Very well, Doctor, but you may find yourself forever haunted by an empty-headed Marilyn. I'm warning you, there could be hell to pay for it.
Oh, please. Even in life, you're about as threatening as a hopped-up Deanna Durbin.
Have you ever met Deanna Durbin?
No.
I did, once. She had a mustache.
A mustache?
A slight one, yes. Or was that Judy Garland? You see, with nothing upstairs, I just can't remember.
Miss Monroe, while you're here, why don't you tell me what happened on that fateful night? How did you succumb? Was it murder or was it suicide?
Doctor, please.
But inquiry minds want to know.
Oh, won't you allow me a little privacy? Some shred of dignity in my untimely demise. You've taken my brain, and now you want to know all my personal business too?
But your fans.
May I count you as one of them?
Absolutely.
Then shame on you. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. As Mr. Zanuck always used to say, well, I can't remember what he used to say. I'm brainless.
Was it bye-bye, baby?
No, never.
Was it thanks, ever so?
Yes. That was... No. I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, you evil mad scientist. Give me back my brain.
Certainly, Miss Monroe. You won't be needing it where you're going.
Oh, how did you know? Oh, Doctor, you're so naive.
But what happened on that fateful night?
Oh, why anyone should need to know? What difference does it make? It was just another Saturday night in Hollywood. 5 murders, 3 suicides, an attempted break into the crypt of Rudolph Valentino. Just a typical evening in L.A.
Were you alone?
I'm always alone.
Was anyone else with you?
The housekeeper, sleeping in another room. The dog keeping watch for my guest house. No one. Only the hired help and my dog. What's his name?
Moth.
You're strange. You really worry me. Why don't you keep your morbid curiosity to yourself and stop bothering me this way? Removing my brain in the name of scientific study?
But Marilyn, we are here to help.
And how could you possibly help me? The only way you might help me is to return that which you've taken. My brain, my mind, give it back. It's of no use to you. Stop letting vicariously into the lives of other people. Taking pieces of my body, leaving me to be ransacked like some bride of Frankenstein. Nice business you're in, doctor. You and your incisions have stayed the progression of my immortal soul. As if it wasn't hard enough for me here on earth, now you have to take from me in life hereafter.
Is there a life hereafter?
Well, what do you think? How else would I appear before you this way?
Oh, Marilyn, I've been working very hard on this case. You can't imagine. The police department has got involved. The FBI has called. J. Edgar Hoover, he called twice in one day. You can't imagine how difficult it's been. The press has been waiting like a pack of bloodhounds outside the door. The phone calls I've received, death threats, yes. The bribes for inside information, Dodger tickets, a guest appearance on Art Linkletter's house party. Marilyn, I've been working very hard on this case, so please understand, dear lady, I did not ask for any of this. I only work here. This is all very overwhelming. So please understand, I've been working very hard.
Yes, too hard, doctor. Are you quite well? Are you really quite well, doctor?
I don't know. I don't know. You see, all day today, the light in this office has been hurting my eyes. I usually like to keep it dark in here with just this lamp illuminating my reports. It's after hours now, and the phone has finally stopped ringing. Thank God, I thought it would never end. And I suppose I'm by myself in the building, except for the night watchman at his desk down the hallway. You see, Marilyn, most people would find it frightening to be in a building full of corpses. But not me. I'm a scientist. These people aren't frightening. They're lifeless, dead.
Oh, how little you understand, doctor. If only you knew it was coming, you'd write your own request and transfer out of this department just as fast as you could. You think you've really got something here, haven't you? Marilyn Monroe's brain in a jar, as if it could be decoded and all sorts of deep, dark secrets be revealed. Aren't you clever, climbing to a position of prominence over the bodies of dead celebrities? And wait until you see what's in store. Rock figures, film stars, slain politicians. This is only the beginning.
Marilyn, what are you talking about? How would you know?
Because, my good doctor, I am no longer of this earth, and it is you who are preventing me from completing my life into the journey, and the journey unknown. But science is all that matters. Isn't that correct, doctor, dear?
Stop it. Stop it. Now you are making me feel inhuman. Everything in our lab is done according to procedure. This is a clean clinic. I love my work and I respect humanity. Marilyn, why are you saying all this? There are questions to be answered, wrongs to be righted, facts to be ascertained, and knowledge to be shared. Why are you saying this? Just as I have admired your achievements in the cinema, so am I compelled to achieve my goals in science. I'm not some buzzard hovering over the carcasses of dead people. No, I am an investigator. Yes. A highly principled, kind, decent human being. Yes, I have your brain in a jar. But it is of no use to you now. The spirit has left the body. So why are you doing all of this, Mary?
Look at the big overgrown boy playing with this chemistry set. How smart you think you are, and how little you really know. Working after hours, studying your autopsy report, squinting under harsh light. You don't know what harsh light even is. You've never seen a light so blinding that you've fallen to your knees, crying out to heaven for the complete and awful truth never to be told. You couldn't take it. You wouldn't want to know. Some things are meant to remain mysterious. Herein lies the beauty, the illusion that keeps us all engaged. There's more to life, Doctor, than mere science can explain. But keep on trying. You'll find out. You'll know one day.
Would you like to read my autopsy report?
An airhead like me, reading your detailed study? How could I possibly comprehend such a brilliant piece of science? Or perhaps, oh my God, the pills. Perhaps, the truth is, perhaps I already sensed its contents. If only I could recall what happened that night in Brentwood, that no one needs to know. This ought to be quite a publication. A feather in your cap. Maybe it will even sell a million copies. Perhaps one day, even Jackie Curtis will have it on his coffee table.
Who?
Oh, never mind, Doctor, never mind. I don't mind anymore. Why should you?
Now you're toying with me.
And why not? You think of me as some kind of doll, rending me open, tearing me apart? And for what? For science? So you can brag amongst your colleagues? I'm not a laboratory frog in some biology class. And even a frog deserves more respect than you've given me.
Respect for the truth. That is what I care about. Was it murder or was it suicide?
Murder? Who on earth would want to murder me? Shelley Winters, perhaps.
Tell me about Shelley Winters.
What would you like to know?
Did she really go out with Laurence Olivier?
Oh, aren't you inquisitive? They stayed in.
Oh. Anything else?
Honestly, I really can't remember.
Well, she said that...
Shelley said a lot of things. She suffered from chronic logorrhea.
Logorrhea.
Try looking that up in your medical dictionary, Doctor. Now, there's nothing more to say.
Marilyn, I haven't hurt you. It says right here in the report that Dr. Engelberg pronounced you dead. So why are you acting like this?
Because you have cut me, Dr. Noguchi. You have cut me to the quick and taken the one and only thing that will ever set me free.
But why is a mind so important? What are the things it records from the moment of birth till the last dying breath is taken? Whispers in the delivery room, traffic on the street, music ringing down a corridor in the canyons of the mind, images of dark and light, clouds and thunder, children playing on the lawn, waves cresting out at sea, raindrops falling on the autumn leaves, a slap on the wrist, a shoelace too tight, a mother's love denied. Why is each memory so important? Where is it all retained? How is the spirit truly uplifted? A door thrown open, a window nailed shut, an aching heart that is all but broken, a failing life revived. And who can recall those lost sensations that add up to a lifetime, that propel a child into its adulthood, its relationships, its identity, its role within the world to play? To live and not be hampered by fear and vain misgiving. To reason, yet somehow to believe. To deeply love. And in good time, to settle gracefully into that long decline. To know that one has lived, but finally to be free and just let it go without regret. For this was our world. And wow, how truly wonderful it was. And how beautiful what lies ahead shall be. Oh, wow. A tender journey to behold the makings of the human mind. Miss Monroe? Miss Monroe? You've left me hanging. Was it purely accidental or was it all deliberately planned? Miss Monroe! Ugh! Miss Monroe!
Good Samaritan truck into the garage now, Doctor. Where would you like the body? Laboratory stage A or B?
You make it sound like a production. Have them wheel the body in the second room with a good sink in it. Down the hallway on the right. Oh, who's on duty tonight?
Sylvester and Bernardo.
Bernardo? That one is so out of it. Oh, all right, fine. Go help him wheel in the fallen candidate.
Yes, Doctor.
I was watching the news, and I came as soon as I heard it all on television.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Connor. I will be needing your assistance tonight. Bernardo is on tour.
No.
Well, oh, stand clear. They're just making room and wheeling in Mr. Kennedy's body. Three trajectory points of entry. Look what they've done to him. Oh. Prepare this man for autopsy. And please pay attention to what you are doing. Last week, somebody left me a corpse lying face down. I had to turn him over myself. County workers, you know. All right, you know better than to stand there looking so bewildered. Yes, this is very upsetting, but it is science. Go on now, wheel him away. Go, 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 go.
Why do you speak to him like he's such an incompetent?
Because I want him lying face down. He's been shot from behind. This way he'll be sure to screw it up and give me exactly what I want. County employees, you know. Better go and see what they're up to, and please call me when you're ready.
Which theater, Doctor?
Lab B, the one with the new sink in it. That's better, don't you think?
The old sink is deeper, more room.
Yes, but the new sink has that spray hose, which comes in very handy. Yes, make it Lab B.
Yes, Doctor.
Where will I find the strength to do this? I admired him so much. How can he be dead? How can he be dead? All right, let's see. Washington reports. Lincoln. Lincoln.
Dr. Noguchi, I need your help. Please, I'm a man with 11 children and a wife. I want you to tell them how sorry I am, how much I love them, but that I had to do it. As long as there's crime and injustice. Please, Doctor, you're the only one who can hear me. Or can you? Perhaps you don't even know that I'm here. Listen, Doctor, there's conspiracy afoot. A struggle for power. Too much corruption, too many bribes. And I want them kept out of it. My wife and my children. I thought I could defeat this thing, but I know now that I was wrong. And I want them left unharmed. Do you hear me? They've given enough. Too much already. Doctor, can you hear what I'm saying? Or am I all alone in my pleadings? Doctor! Doctor! Doctor!
I hear you, Senator Kennedy. I saw you the moment I entered the room. Now, please, this is going to be a very difficult task. I'll be up all night.
And there goes the country. The election. All my hopes, my aspirations.
Oh, surely, Senator Kennedy, you must have imagined that something like this would happen one day.
A man follows his conscience, Doctor. Why did you immigrate from Japan? Was it for freedom? Surely you enjoyed some measure of freedom in your native Japan.
Well, we don't have gunmen everywhere like you do here. it's considered a disgrace.
Well, what was it then? A love and respect for the American culture? Some kind of fixation?
It is at times a wonderful country, and I am honored to be a part of it.
Precisely my point. So you see, Doctor, there really was no alternative. No other choice. The dream, the party. And now it's over.
Wasn't there a song to that effect? Now, Senator, if you'll excuse me, I have to start finishing this report, then I have to start scrubbing down and getting dressed. Senator, what would you like me to do for you? There's always going to be lawlessness and corruption.
But my country needs
Oh, your
to-
country will survive. But since you are here, perhaps you can make my job a little easier. This gunman who fired upon me, was he a lone assassin?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know. And I suppose you know nothing about the death of Marilyn Monroe either.
Well, I'm not at liberty to say.
Of course not. Of course not. Oh, you're of no use to me. You politicians are all alike. You like to distort and distill everything, while I try to uncover the slightest piece of evidence. Oh, you are hampering my independent study, and if you don't mind, I'd like for you to leave. I've got to start getting dressed now.
But Doctor, regardless of the outcome of your investigation, I want you to tell my family how I feel, that it couldn't be helped.
Oh, Senator, firstly, they would think I was mad and never believed it. And secondly, if they don't already know how you feel, there is little more that I can tell them.
But I am doomed, dear Doctor.
Doomed?
Doomed to walk this earth so long as one last child is denied an education, so long as workers continue to be exploited, so long as equality is not the rule of law, so long as people are not free.
Oh, Senator Kennedy, there is a greater system of justice in this world than the courts will ever administer. It may seem as though they have beaten you with their treachery this time, but it shall come to visit them upon their own heads. You needn't worry, Senator, for sooner or later, people get what they deserve. And I assure you that truth and justice will prevail.
But I am doomed.
You are not doomed, my dear friend, and your sacrifice has not been made in vain. Yes. Thank you. I'll be right there. All right, Senator Kennedy. I must go now. Just as your work is ending here, mine has now begun.
But Doctor, my work is never ending.
Spoken like a true public servant. Now, if you'll pardon me.
But Dr. Noguchi! 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 What kind of a name is that?
What is it about the summertime? Everything seems to go bluey. Summertime is too hot. Things boil over. Everything happens in summertime. Like this last one. Who ever heard of them? Rosemary's
Baby.
Child? Oh, yes, baby. That's what it is. Rosemary's baby. Oh, baby with the bathwater. That's what this is. So gruesome. Poor woman in incubus. So little time to live.
Oh, yes, Doctor.
Of course there will be an inquest. That is why we must be careful. What we have here would appear to be multiple homicide, although we mustn't be too hasty. All right, we will resume this matter after lunch. I've just returned from the cafeteria and shall require some time to digest. You understand? I must keep my hands steady while I'm working and shall require a short recess. Mrs. O'Connor, the caseload here is preposterous. What do they think I am, made of steel? Not their steel, I beg of you. But just let me close my eyes and just please wake me up at 1:20, will you, Mrs. O'Connor?
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you very much. And all you others, You Tates, you LaBiancas and Sebrings, just please let me take my little nap. We will be together all afternoon and for many, many more to come.
Would you deny a child its mother, Doctor?
Certainly not. Oh, there you are. I suppose you can say I've been expecting you, especially right now when I'm trying so desperately to sleep. What is it that you want?
It's my mother. She worries. Would you tell her I'm all right?
I've never even met the woman.
Perhaps you will one day. She loves me. And I'm not dead in spirit. I'm with her everywhere. I love her. She fights the good fight. I love her. And my son. Oh, I shall miss him. Oh, we shall all miss him, everyone. Think of what the world might have been.
Oh, I'm more concerned with what the world really is. And in light of today's events, it's not looking terribly good to me.
But think of what it might have been had our unborn child survived. His father is a genius. I'm terrified just imagining what this will do to my husband. He's an artist. He feels everything. What emotions must he be experiencing now? Anger, shock, grief, despair, has society gone crazy?
Oh, Miss Tate, didn't anyone ever caution you about your choice of friends?
Doctor, please don't make me relive those last few horrifying moments of my life. I mean, we're in the 1960s here. Peace and freedom, flower power, and all that kind of thing. I was living in a garden, a beautiful garden. How was I supposed to know that there were serpents crawling through the grass and armed to the teeth? I never saw these people before in my life.
Then, how did they get in?
Broken. I'm sure they've broken and robbed us of our precious lives.
I imagine that the police will conduct a thorough investigation.
There will be no real justice here. A crime so heinous can never be properly redressed.
Can you forgive?
Can I forgive them? Can I forgive them? Doctor, it's only been a matter of hours. Please. This is going to take some time. Of course I can forgive them. They're some sort of human beings, but no, Doctor. This is a very serious matter. The incredible cruelty, the unearthly detachment of mind and spirit. What do you do with such people? Villains, cowards, thieves! I could forgive them over and over 100 times, but what would it change about any of this? Each of us walks a thin line between civility and terror. It can all change in a horrifying instant. I was a happy woman. I had a life to look forward to. I even thought of giving up my career. I loved my husband. He's an intelligent and complicated man. I get to know him. We're working on a film together. But what's to become of him now? Where will life take him? Do you know what he's had to endure?
Come.
Even worse cruelty than witnessed in our current decade. The mass production of murder. Auschwitz, Mauthausen. No, Doctor. This is a very serious subject. It's a merely a question of forgiveness. It's a matter of conscience and enlightenment. Where have we come as a species? What have we truly attained? The crimes persist. The hatred, exploitation, greed. You think you stand it out, and suddenly it returns.
about human nature that is so vile, so utterly vile. I'm almost ashamed to have lived. But it's in each of us. Each of us is capable of unspeakable cruelty. Although in a healthy mind, one holds back from doing one's damnedest, one's sturdiest of deeds. What are the forces in life that would drive people to such brutality? I suppose that everyone that enjoys the taste of red meat,
Which brings us to the subject of what you had for dinner.
I had a beef taco and 2 chicken enchiladas. All right, I know. Force of habit, I suppose. My judgment was impaired. I mixed up strong margaritas at that restaurant. I barely sipped, I mean the baby.
So, you were feeling good?
Up until a few hours ago, yes.
Miss Tate, I would like to help you. I really would. But right now, I'm seriously trying to get my sleep.
Sleep. Sleep, dear doctor. I'll whisper through your dreams.
I'm tormented. Continually haunted by people who are beyond my area of expertise.
We have unfinished business, doctor. These crimes must not go unsolved. These unlawful judgments must be overturned.
I will do my best for you, Miss Tate. My very best. But right now, if you don't mind, I'd like to regain a little of my composure. I'm completely overwhelmed today. Is there something which you feel that I should bear in mind?
Please remember me as a wife and a mother. And if nothing else, as a decent human being. Please remember a time in America when people wanted to be free in mind and body, but failed somehow to recognize the inherent danger in abandoning the lessons of the past. There are madmen among us. They thrive in any age. We must be ever vigilant.
Doctor, they're ready for you in Lab B.
What? So soon? I barely even slept.
Doctor, if you don't mind my asking you, as I stood outside, I thought I heard a woman's voice. Is there someone in here with you?
No. No one, Mrs. O'Connor, dear. No one at all. Just the wild imaginings of a troubled physician's mind. Master, I'm afraid.
The bombs are falling everywhere. We shall surely die!
Be calm, my students. All of you. When the siren stops ringing, we will go back inside. Until then, you must learn to save human life. For you will honor me today. Indeed.
Honestly, I come to work on Monday morning, and what do I find staring me in the face? Another dead celebrity. And this time it's the queen of rock and roll.
It says right here in her police report that she died clutching a handful of quarters.
Perhaps her meter had expired.
Oh, doctor.
Oh, please, you'll have to forgive me today. I'm in such a foul mood. Another crowd of reporters, another mob of hysterical fanatics. What do they think this is? The Roxy Music Hall? I can't bring the woman back. She's balled her last jack. Mrs. O'Connor, will you please go out there and tell them there will not be a full report until at least tomorrow morning. And just give me a few minutes to read my mail before I meet you in Lab B.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you. Now, what have we here? Invitations to medical conferences, pharmaceutical symposium. What is this? Fan mail? Who do they think I am, Joyce Brothers? Right into the trash.
Hey, Doc, I understand I'm dead, and you're the clown that's going to be putting me under the knife.
I am hardly being used to being addressed as part of a circus act. But yes, I will be the one performing the autopsy today.
Uh-huh. Not a chance. You ain't sticking no scalpel into me, buddy.
Young lady, may I remind you that this is a scientific procedure used to determine the exact cause of death.
You want to know how I died? Too many drugs, man! Good stuff!
People who Miss Joplin.
Yeah.
People who self-medicate are often in some kind of pain. Were there any symptoms?
Any symptoms? What are you, deaf? Just listen to my hits, man.
I've heard them. There weren't that many.
Let's not get personal, Doc.
Miss Joplin, when I find a 27-year-old female lying on my examining table, suspected of being dead of unnatural causes, I take it very personally. Especially when it is someone whose achievements I admire.
Don't go there, man.
I'm not going anywhere. This is where I work. And today I've got another troubling riddle to unwind.
You ain't getting any guff out of me, Doc. Just keep your snoopy fingers to yourself, and we'll be cool, man.
Let us try another tactic. Miss Joplin, are you aware of the well-publicized excesses of both your personal and professional careers? Your history, as it were.
Physician, examine thyself. I'm staying out of it.
And you are out of it. Well, out of it.
Listen, there are certain things I don't want you messing around with. Maybe I deserve a little privacy.
What if I don't?
Have you ever heard of a tune that's going round and around and around that wouldn't leave your head?
Maybe.
Maybe? Maybe? Maybe!
Oh, no,
Maybe!
Please, not that one. Again, please.
Listen, maybe I deserve a little privacy. Maybe even in death.
Miss Joplin, surely no amount of information can hurt you now. You're beyond such worldly cares.
Listen, I got a mother and father to think about. They're in a small town. Things are bad enough between us. I don't get you stirring up a bunch of crap. The girl is dead. Isn't that enough for you? What more do you want from me? Sticking knives inside of me? Hauling me out before the public? Making me a mockery out of everything that I stood for? Thanks a lot, Doc. You're a real pal. So you admire my achievements, huh? Huh? You want to admire something? Take a look in the mirror. You're so full of yourself, you make me sick. You call yourself a public servant? Try pouring your heart out on the stage floor every night, giving them all you got. You think I did it for the money? A bunch of quarters in my hands? The money don't mean shit, man. Not shit. Look at you, the doctor. Come to tidy up. Your nice and perfect little study, your clinical report. Well, study this, Jack. There ain't no hope for folks like me. No magic panacea. It's Southern comfort and margaritas. It's bombs away and sayonara. You can study all you want. You'll never tame the beast inside. So what's in your prescription, doctor? You got something for the heart, the mind, the soul, the spirit? Because there is nothing you can give. So just kill the pain and let it die. Cut it, kill it, lay it on the table. You can study all you want. You'll never change what really is. So let it go now, doctor. Let it rage. Let me have my peace.
Miss Joplin, I would never do anything to hurt you. I love you.
What did you say?
I only said that.
No.
I.
No, never mind. I heard you, Doc. The only prayer that said in hell, you had to go and say it. You really know how to hurt a girl. You know where it's at.
Perhaps I could employ a less invasive technique.
No, go ahead.
I mean, there are other procedures.
No, do your job, go to work. Perform the autopsy. I can't feel anything anyway. I'm dead.
You mean?
Yeah. Go ahead, Noguchi. You're all right, Noguchi.
Very well done. With your permission.
Hey, Doc, do you think you might fudge the numbers just a little? You know, make it seem like... Yeah. All right. The truth is what you want. Only the truth will set us free. So, you really love me, huh, Doc?
Yes, of course.
Well, I guess I love you too, Doc. I guess I love you too.
Keep the balance, nature and unnatural law.
Those quarters, just in case you'd like to know, were for the cigarette machine in the hotel lobby down the hall.
Would you like one now?
Oh, no. Thanks a lot, Doc. I seem to have lost the craving.
Yes? Yes. I'm afraid the doctor isn't in yet. There's been another unexpected turn of events, and the office has been besieged by reporters. Yes? Yes, certainly. I'll tell him that you called.
Dr. Noguchi! How's the record? Give us the statement.
Who is it this time? The crowd outside is more than I can bear.
Freddie Prinze.
Freddie Prinze, the television actor. Oh, that sweet young man. Did he really die?
It would appear so.
So young and blessed with talent. I heard about his awful wound and I hoped he would survive.
Well, unfortunately, he's here.
Everyone comes here sooner or later. Who was that on the telephone?
Ah, that was the Friars Club. They'd like you to be their guest next month.
The Friars Club? But I never fry anything.
No,
Only
doctor.
steam.
No, doctor. The Friars Club is the fraternal organization for show business comics.
Comics? I don't make jokes. I'm a doctor. What would I say?
You don't have to say anything. They want to do a roast.
A roast? Tell them to put it in the oven at 350 and wait for 2 hours.
No, they mean that they want
No,
you...
I know. I know what it is. I'm not so stupid. I watch television. Call them back and tell them I say no.
No?
Emphatically. I'm not a comedian. I'm a scientist. Ask them to go cook for Milton Berle.
Roast.
Roast, cook, saute, whatever. Now, please, meet me in the lab in 10 more minutes.
Yes, doctor.
I'm far too pretty to be a comic. Look at that face.
Looking good, man.
Mr. Prinze. Oh, I must say you bring me great sadness today. I am a very busy man who greatly needs relief, and your program on Sunday nights was my only time to laugh. Why must you take that away?
Why? Well, because sometimes the greatest comedians, Doctor, are the saddest people of all.
That is so ironic. To lose a life so full of potential when one is barely old enough.
Whoa. Doctor, I was old by the time I was 14. While other kids were out playing after school, I was in my room, hiding, afraid of getting hurt. Hey, New York, it's tough. You ever been there?
Briefly, coroners' conventions mostly.
Coroner's convention? You're kidding me. Wait, what on earth do they talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Rigor mortis?
Stop, you're killing me.
How can I? You're already dead.
I know. Oh, gee. Thanks for that, Doc. I really needed that. That was great. Go on. Say something else, huh?
What would you want me to say? I'm a doctor.
Yeah, but a doctor's patients never recover.
That's not funny.
What do you mean, not funny? It's a scream!
You won't be laughing when you get the bill.
Whoa! Yeah, well, where are they going to send it, huh? NBC? The morgue?
Last known address.
Last known address. Doc, you're hysterical. Stop.
Why should I? Anyone can see we're not going anywhere.
No, man, that's not true. You got a brilliant career ahead of you. What a personality.
You think so?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, you're a cop.
No. You're the cut-up. I'm the doctor.
See what I mean? Oh, Doc. You're slick. You're keen.
No, I don't think so.
No, man. I mean, I'm serious. I never had such good material in my life.
That hospital gown? Keep it.
What did I say? You're going to be a very popular man, Doc. Just wait. You'll see.
I'm already popular. Oh, you stand-up comedians, you never know when to sit down.
There you go again. Oh, Doc, you're the best.
Well, thank you very much. I will meet you in Lab B.
It's a date.
Don't stand me up now.
Well, I won't.
Not slip away?
I wouldn't stiff you, Doc.
Why did I come to work today?
Although things will get better.
Here's a complete typed copy of your report on William Holden. Just awaiting your signature.
Ah, yes. The golden boy. Poor Mr. Holden. A blood alcohol content of 0.22. Very serious matter. Such a beautiful home and nobody living there. To accomplish so much and die unexpectedly is a terrible thing. I wonder what he was really like. He was always so good in the movies.
I don't think that any of these celebrities are that much different than the characters they portray. I mean, didn't John Wayne really just play himself?
With John Wayne in the saddle, even the horse was good.
You're such a comedian, Doctor.
Mr. Freddie Prinze seems to think so.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Perhaps you need to study the details of that report before signing it. Shall I leave you alone for a while?
I really wish you wouldn't.
But Doctor, there's so much work here. The work never seems to abate. The workflow won't stop. I mean, will people never stop dying?
Perhaps if the Beatles had gotten together one more time. It was always so quiet around here when they played the Sullivan Show.
Yes. One more thing, Doctor. The Masons called,
Mhm.
and they'd like you to be their guest at a charity fundraising dinner next month on December 14th,
What time?
8 p.m.
Where are they? Over on Wilshire? Perhaps I could stop by at the pantry for some coleslaw on the way. Ray Manzarek eats there, you know. All right, very well. Tell them I will go.
I'll tell them, Doctor, and I'll mark it for you on your calendar.
That is fine. And please, pull the shade on the office door as you leave. It's beginning to hurt my eyes.
Yes, Doctor.
All right. Now, Mr. Holden, let me see what I can do for you.
I'm afraid there's nothing, Doctor. Nothing you can do.
Very well. Never seems to take very long. Mr. Holden, I'm overcome with sadness in reading this report today. This death was so unnecessary. Haven't you ever heard of picking up a telephone in an emergency? You could have dialed the operator.
Oh, I'm afraid I couldn't, Doctor.
Oh. Mr. Holden, didn't anyone ever talk to you about your drinking?
Oh, yes. When you're an actor in Hollywood, people generally tell you only what you want to hear.
And what would you like to hear now?
I'd like to hear the voices of the people who love me once more. My former spouse, my children, my brother, my fiancé.
Shall we telephone?
Yes, let's go. It's not too late. Pepperville 45381. Dial that number for me, would you please, Doctor?
Hello?
Hello, sweetie. Sweetie, I'm all right. I just want to let you know that you mustn't worry, and please take care
Hello?
of Steve.
Hello?
It's no use. She can't hear me. She can't hear me!
I'm sorry, Mr. Holden. I tried.
I know, Doctor, but it's also final. There's no second chance. No turning back. No chance to do anything over. All the things I might have done. The loose ends, the broken bridges. Thought I was so happy that I finally found somebody, a kindred spirit. But all the things one leaves behind, the difficult choices, the mistakes one makes along the way. You think you'll be all right. I mean, you think there'll be enough time to patch things up, to clear the path, but there just isn't anymore. There isn't time unless you make it. It's like the empty slate. You fill it up, you cross things out, erase. But what was that smudge you left behind? That blotch upon your record? The mark that each man makes. You win, you lose, you succeed, you fail, you stumble, and move ahead, and for what? Awards? What do they mean? Money? There's never enough. Power? A losing proposition. It all comes down to who's there for you, Doctor. Who's really there? Look across the table. Who's there because they love you? Who's there simply because they're hungry for something to eat?
Mr. Holden, to have people who depend on you, isn't that a wonderful thing?
Yes, of course, Doctor. But in the end, you're all alone. There's nobody who can help you when it comes time to leave this world. But what do any of us have to show for it? The value of our lives, our deeds, the sum of our existence. And who's to say? Would it really matter? It's maddening. I've done many things I'm not terribly proud of, Doctor. I'll confess to you that much.
Can you forgive yourself?
What?
Can you forgive yourself?
Can I? Let's talk about something else, Doctor.
Like what?
There's a place on this planet, so beautiful, so perfectly serene, I thought I'd died and gone to heaven the first time I arrived. It's on the African continent. I have a home there. First I went there to hunt, but somewhere along the line I just fell in love with the land and its creatures and their customs. And I began to look at things in a different context, in a different light, you might say. You might turn that lamp slightly, Doctor, it's shining right in my eyes.
Sorry.
Well, you're good looking, Doctor. Did you know that?
I am well aware of my conceit. As a matter of fact, I must guard against becoming too impressed with myself. But thank you, Mr. Holden. Thank you very much. As you were saying.
Oh, yes, Mount Kenya. To me, it's the most perfectly beautiful place on this earth. That I should have gone there as a gamesman and returned as a different kind of man is absolutely incredible to me. The most precious lesson of my life. The greatest gift. I've come from a world of people chasing the illusion of happiness, and I found it waiting for me on a mountainside. Something I could barely comprehend. I was a child of the Depression, Doctor. But while others were starving, we didn't struggle for money. Oh, I was a nice enough young man, I suppose, but surely not the most aware of human beings. An understanding of the earth and its tender structure, the balance of nature, a love and respect for all living things. This is my legacy. Although very few people know about it. Except for one. Except for one. Doctor, would you mind dialing that number again, please? No, never mind. It's probably busy anyway. Suppose it will be busy for a long, long time to come. There's so much to be done, and so little time. So much to be done, and so little time, Doctor. So little time.
Now where is he? I was about to read him my report. I'm a good writer. He's not the only one with talent. So little time. So little time. But for him, there is no time. I wonder what he meant by that. Haven't you heard? It has been in the news all weekend long, Mrs. O'Connor. This morning we had the distinct honor of performing an autopsy for late motion picture actress Natalie Wood.
Yes, I did hear. Do you suppose it was an accident?
Oh, I seriously doubt she would have drowned herself on purpose. But I suppose that an autopsy will render its usual share of surprising results. The interesting thing about this case is that a medical examiner's deputy had his schooner anchored near the Wagner's yacht that evening, yet he said he heard nothing.
Yes, doctor, the special report arrived just a short time ago for you.
Yes. It is the investigative study I've been awaiting from our witness at the scene. I'll have to give this document my utmost scrutiny.
Shall we prepare the deceased for autopsy?
Yes, please. Have them wheel the body into Lab B.
The sink in Lab B is flooded today, doctor.
Flooded?
Flooded. The water won't go down, it's almost overflowing.
Water. Water everywhere. Fine, we will use Lab A then. And you may as well tell Dr. Choi that he will be performing today's procedure and I will only supervise on his behalf. The press has been very unkind to me lately. Hollywood is up in arms because I suggested that alcohol may have played a part in Mr. William Holden's death. Yes, even Frank Sinatra complained about me to the LA County Board of Supervisors. Even Police Chief Daryl Gates has written a letter to me complaining to the LA Times. What do they want me to do, lie about someone's blood alcohol content? I hope to find no traces of it in this our present case, but my experience would tell me otherwise.
Everything will be all right, doctor. You've done a fine job of building this institution into what it is today.
Well, there seems to be a difference of opinion on that matter.
Well, then they should try working under these difficult conditions.
You can stop reading right there, doctor. The simple fact is that I got overtaken by fatigue in frigid waters, and I drowned.
Miss Wood, my associate denotes here in this police report that there was an argument on board at the approximate time that you left the yacht.
Volume of police reports. I suppose that Mr. Walken and my husband may have had some sort of disagreement.
Over what?
What do men usually argue about?
I see. Would you care to elaborate?
Honestly, doctor, must you know everything? Is there nothing sacred? Please. I'm very fond of them both. All I know is that I wanted to leave the yacht and go ashore. Perhaps if I weren't there, they had nothing left to quarrel about.
In your nightgown? Without your handbag? Where did you think you were going?
Really, doctor? Don't you know what celebrity is? If Natalie Wood came to my door in a nightgown shivering, I'd let her in. Wouldn't you?
I see your point. Was there alcohol involved?
Oh, for pity's sake. You must know everything, don't you? Why do you think they call it the high seas?
Miss Wood, I only ask because the press will hammer me on this subject. They are relentless.
Oh, the press. They will subside eventually. It's the waves that are relentless, doctor. Rocking to and fro. And there I was after falling into the water, fighting for my life, while the winds endeavored to cast my boat further out to sea. It was a long push all the way to shore. I thought I'd make it. I kept trying to pull myself into the craft.
Miss Wood, that vest you're wearing must have weighed a great deal, saturated with all that water. Didn't you think to slip it off?
Well, I know that now, doctor, but in my altered state.
Oh. And what would you like for me to do for you now?
There's nothing now. I always feared that something like this would happen, you know? But oh, how I love the sea. It's home to us all, you know, doctor? And now I suppose you could say that I finally returned. We should both feel and embrace the sea, dear doctor. It's just as in Mr. Eliot's poem. I've heard the mermaids singing each to each. Seagulls wreathed in seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us and we drown. Be aware of storm-swept waters, doctor, and the strength of shifting tides. You may be sailing along quite smoothly one day, until human voices wake us and we drown. Till human voices wake us and we drown, till human voices wake us, and we drown.
No, I'm sorry, the doctor's still not in. He had an appointment this morning, and then there's been this breaking news of John Belushi. No, we are not releasing any statements at this time. Try again tomorrow. Dr. Noguchi, you're back from the investigation. How did it go?
What?
The Belushi case? What happened? Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. Many unanswered questions. There may have been foul play.
Oh no, I liked him so well.
Yes, I did too, but
What's wrong? You just don't seem yourself. Did something go terribly wrong today?
no. Dr. Kornblum arrived shortly after I did. He was very helpful, and everything went as expected.
Then why are you acting so strange? You seem listless.
I had a meeting this morning with Mr. Hufford, Chief Administrative Officer for the county, before rushing off to the scene of Mr. Belushi's death. I'm afraid I have some rather distressing news. They want me to step down. They want me to give up my post as medical examiner.
What?
I went there merely to discuss the budget for the coming fiscal year. But before I knew it, Mr. Hufford alleged that I was incompetent, reminding me that there have been numerous unflattering articles written about my stewardship in the LA Times. And then he informed me that the County Board of Supervisors, they've called for my resignation.
Are you crazy?
I don't know. But one thing is clear. It appears that my days here in this office are coming to a close.
Doctor, you have spent 15 years building this department into the fine institution it is today.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Connor. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take a few minutes alone. Will you please tell me when the Belushi body arrives? And you might as well tell Dr. Kornblum that he will perform the autopsy today, and I will only supervise.
Yes.
The less involvement I have with these celebrity cases, the better it will be. Will you tell me when the Belushi body arrives?
Yes, I'll tell him.
Thank you. Are these my press clippings?
Yes, I put them on your desk in a folder.
Here's one by that Becklin woman. I don't know why she seems to dislike me so much.
I'll never understand it, Doctor. Never.
It's okay.
Doctor, now that our work here seems to be coming to an end, may I ask you one question? What was it all for?
I sometimes wonder myself, Mrs. O'Connor. I sometimes wonder myself.
Only one man to accept the challenge, sent to keep the band. Only one man, only one man, working late to contemplate the meaning of lost souls, perceiving how they make their fatal flaw, how they find their fatal flaw.
I have my supporters. In fact, I think I will be visited by one of them at any moment. As a matter of fact, I almost wish you would hurry up and get here.
Yeah, well, how about we just keep it quiet, Doc, you know, very low-key.
There you are, Mr. Belushi. I thought you would never arrive. Now, before you start to tell me your problems, I must confess that I'm very depressed today. I'm no longer considered useful here, it seems.
I'm far from being a hot commodity myself. But what is it, Doctor? I mean, I'm about to spill.
Well, they don't want me here anymore. They are kicking me out of office.
Look, man, you think you got problems? I'm dead. When my wife finds out about this, she'll kill me.
Mr. Belushi, what are you doing here? Whatever were you thinking, letting someone inject you with drugs?
That girl was so good. I never even felt it going in. What a rush.
Is this how you cap off a night in the clubs?
One club, the Roxy.
All right, one club. What were you thinking when you left the bar?
I was alone on a Saturday night and I wanted some excitement. That's all. I'm a married man, Doc, and far away from home.
Well, you're even farther now. More than ever.
I'm sorry, man. Is this going to count on my record?
Your record currently waits to be broken, Mr. Belushi. I don't know how many actors can go from a successful television series to a hit movie career.
Hit after hit.
I beg your pardon?
It's just what I said, Doc. That's how.
Oh, very funny. What do you want, Mr. Belushi? I must tell you, I'm having a very bad day, and partly it's because of you. Do you have any idea of the scene you left at the Chateau Marmont? Huh? Chaos. Bedlam. And I'm about to lose my job, all because of a bunch of out-of-control, dead celebrities.
Hey, man, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You are sorry. I have given my life to this office, and you are sorry. Hey, all you're really concerned about is how your wife will take the news of your promiscuity.
Hey, man, I was alone in bed.
I am not talking about infidelity, Mr. Belushi. I'm talking about a life having been seduced by drugs and alcohol. A career cut short by more excesses than any reasonable human being shall ever dare to entertain. And for telling the truth about you and your friends, I am being asked to resign. Do you have any idea of the toll this has taken on my life personally? Do you? My wife hardly knows what I look like anymore because I am always here, trying to put a spin onto whatever happens to a bunch of goofy people like yourself.
Hey, I said I'm sorry, man. But I got business here that's been left undone. Look, I want you to tell my wife, who I've loved since we were kids, that I didn't mean to do this, that I love her.
If you can appear here before me, surely you can go and haunt your own household.
I don't want to frighten her, man. I love her.
What am I? The intermediary between troubled stars and their neglected families? Huh? A janitor who comes in to sweep up after recently vacated messy lives? Oh, Mr. Belushi, do you honestly think you're the only one ever to have left this world, leaving his affairs in disarray?
He's not alone. I too have unfinished business to attend.
Oh, great. Another one, the blonde. What is it that you want? What is this? Some sort of Lonely Hearts Club for the overburdened soul?
It can only take so much, dear doctor.
Oh, and you, the politician, now what is it?
The time for change has come, Doctor dear.
Oh, and you, now what is it?
Hey man, lend a hand!
Oh, go on.
Looking good on.
No, that won't work this time. Enough of your flattery. What are you doing here?
Doctor, we need your help.
We can't do it alone.
Do what, may I ask?
Free ourselves from the irresolution and intrigue surrounding the sudden ending of our lives.
What?
I succeeded as an actress, yet failed to live.
What are you talking about?
These are perilous times, dear doctor. Somebody needs to rally the public.
What?
There are sinister figures residing among us who must be apprehended.
Hey, old music's no good anymore, man!
Go on. Nonsense.
Planet's being depleted.
Poppycock.
Even the grapes wither on the vine.
Yeah, and all the drugs have been cut with something.
What are you talking about?
We were doomed from the beginning, Dr. Dear. Symptomatic symbols for the illness of our time. And we failed. Each of us in his own way has failed miserably.
I'll never forgive myself. Never.
Oh, stop it! None of you has failed at anything.
Oh, but we have.
No, you haven't. You people are driving me nuts. You people have not failed. Life is not a contest. It is an environment in which to learn and to grow. You did not fail. Each of you died, reaching for something that was beyond your ability at the time. But that is not to have failed. It is up to you to decide what the values of your days here on earth have been. Think of all the joy you have brought to so many other people during the course of your brief but productive lives. A life of service, it does not end with some awful setback. It emanates. Your lessons will be remembered for generations to come. How can you think for any one moment that any of you have failed? No. No, you bestowed your talents upon us, and you left this world a far better place than it was before you came. You did not fail. You transformed the perception of life in our times, and I salute you for it. I bow to you. You did not fail. It was all worthwhile. Every minute.
But doctor,
No, that's it. That's all there is to it. It is graduation day. Thank you for turning my office into a dumping ground for the ill effects of a sick society. But it is time to go now. It is time to move on. It is not my fault if you are sometimes imprudent in your judgments. But you must move on.
I still say that we should...
No, I do understand. And I'm ordering you all to go home, return to your maker, and leave this world. Yes, go home. Just say goodbye now. Better luck next time. But it is time to scram. All of you. I mean it.
Hey,
Scram.
no!
No, scram! Are they gone? Are they finally gone? Now at last I may finally have some peace. My role as an investigator, the eyes and ears of death, have revealed to me more about life than I might have ever dreamed. And they want me to step down. Step down! So long as victims of domestic strife come into this office, my job is not done. So long as criminal malfeasance prevails across this land, my work, it must go on. People. Why are they prone to emotions such as love and anger, jealousy and despair? When will we finally eradicate the diabolical side of that which is nature to us all? These were human beings brought here before me. Not just the famous, no, but they were everyday heroes going about their business, trying to lead better lives. And I have loved them. I have loved them all. They are the sum total of existence, the people of this planet. They are the representatives of an awareness I have long yearned to know. They are my children, my family, my life. For all these years I spent toiling among them, it has been only my privilege to serve. They have taught me everything. Everything I shall ever need to know. How I shall miss them. How can I repay them? Despite everything I've learned, still I know nothing. The mystery of life, it continues to unfold. And there is promise in that, after all.